Mark, welcome to my home. This is my Tab, a 2015 Tab Max-s. This is not a typical upgrade or maintenance video on the trailer, but due to popular demand, a lot of people have been asking me about the shelter that I made for it. Had I been thinking about it, I probably would have made a video while making it, but I wasn't doing videos when I made this. So we'll sort of just go over the highlights for you. And it's very, very simple. If you have any experience at all with construction, this should be a no-brainer for you. So let's get at it. First thing you need, it starts with a good foundation. This is 4 inches of 3/4 inch crushed basalt with fines. It's level. It makes a good foundation. I get good drainage. I don't have mud and the whole thing. So start with a good level surface, whatever you want to build on. Next thing you need, you recognize these. These are pier blocks. These pier blocks have the cast supports in them, the steel support for a 4x4 post. Next thing you're looking for in my design here, I'm going to go over nice and slow and just show you the general overview of this. 4x4 posts. I've got a back ridge here, and I've just cut a support, screw in like that. That holds that ridge on top of this post. 2x10 rafters with 1x4 cross members. These 1x4s are what allow you to screw the steel roofing into this. So you can see that those are just evenly spaced. So 2x6 rafters on this side, 1x4 side supports, 2x10 fascia. There's a support here, 2x10. Excuse me, that's a 2x8, and another 8-foot post here, down to post. There's the secret sauce up there. Let's see if I can step up on this. You can see how I've got just plain T-hinges, and they are hooked to the ridge post, and each one of the rafters gets one. That's what allows this to lift up. Comes down here to a hinge on this guy. That's what allows him to lift up. Pretty straightforward. Really, really straightforward. My design goal here was to make this as easy as possible without having to do much cutting at all. So those are 2x6s. The rafters are 2x6, and they're 8 feet long. Right, like that. Don't have to do anything. You cut them at an angle here, and cut them at an angle up there. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for rafters. I've got 2 2x6s for the fascia over here. You can see the detail of how I hold the ridge, the fascias on. I've just got this 2x4 that I've notched down and screw it in the face. Holds that upright real nice. A little detail here, you can see the 1x that I've screwed the metal top into. When it comes down here, See how my ridge line sticks out? This guy sticks out and makes up for that gap so that my roof is flat. So take this guy. He is 8 feet wide. And this distance between this pole and this pole is 8 feet. So what you're basically going to do is you're going to build a box. You're going to put one post down, one post down, one post down, and one post over there in an 8-foot square. You're going to stand up a 5-foot piece of 4x4 pressure treat. The center post is an 8-foot piece of pressure treat. Really nice. So you can buy them in 6, lose, very little waste. Buy them in a 6-foot down there, cut it to 5. Each one of the joists is on technically joist hangers. Since this is an 8-foot piece, a piece of 8-foot steel roofing fits, right? Very simple, just like that. The top ridge line is held on the same way that the back is held on. See how you've got two 2x6s stacked on top of one another, set on top of the post, and held in place with a side support, just like that. Now, the front is a little different. These rafters are not 2x6s, they're 2x4s, because this is a much smaller roof than that one. This guy is only 6 feet long. That side is 8 feet long. This side's 6, so it doesn't need that much support. And it's such a steep angle. That back edge is 45-degree angles. This is 45. We get snow on here, it just slides right off. So I don't get much snow load on this at all. So just generally, same idea from the T-hinges up there. I've got 1xs for support down to a 1x down here, right? To show you the detail, how this guy is. Down at the bottom, you just screw into the 4x4s on both sides. I made a little pocket here. That's my side support for the roof. You can see how those are just 3 pieces of angle iron that are screwed in with 1 bolt in the middle, and that makes a pocket to hold my supports in. It's pretty straightforward, I think. Now it does have its downsides. You can see that I've got about 10 inches of space on this side. And about 10 inches of space on this side. So backing it in, you're just going to have to practice. And I have a super secret on everyone's asking me, how do I maneuver this? How do I maneuver it? The whole shot. I'll show you that in a minute. But one last thing before we go. See that ridge cap, right? I've bent that ridge cap just out of a piece of standard steel roofing. But the neat trick here is it's only screwed down to the roof on that side. This side, it's just free, right? On this side, that ridge cap is not screwed down. So when this roof lifts up, that ridge cap just bends up with it. Really cool. So it's only screwed on the back side, not on the front. That's how that allows for this roof to move up. And then you typically just take your steel, that typical business with those kind of screws, with little washers on them, and that's it. I mean, it took me an afternoon to build this. Just put your posts down, stand your posts up, mortise in, a support, keep these sides together, put your ridge beam up, put your fascia up, put your rafters between it, put your 1x4s across, put your roof on. It's really not a problem at all. So it's not for the faint of heart if you want to back in, but it's not perfect. In an ideal world, I probably would have made this a little bit wider, but I like the idea that this is all 8-foot material. You can see I didn't have to buy 12-foot stuff and figure out how to get it home or any of that. I just bought 8-foot materials, 8-foot 4x4s, 8-foot 2x6s, 8-foot 2x4s. It's all 8-foot, 8-foot, 8-foot. So I didn't mess with any of that. So let me show you how we back into this thing. Okay, this is my super secret weapon. This is an electrical cord, bright yellow. How does that help me back in here? Everyone's been asking me lots and lots of questions about how do I back this thing in. Well, this is that electrical cord I showed you earlier, and I just hook it to the outside of that support brick, and I pull it out. See how it's parallel to my house? So it's parallel to my house. I just pull it out and pull it out all the way straight. Come all the way out my driveway. I'm pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out. Now, see how that's lined up? Right? In a straight line, parallel to this. Now, I pull my truck in this way, and as I'm backing, I can look right out my window, and I back my truck up, and I back it up, and I back it up, and I back it up, and you can see I get my truck exactly lined up on that line, right? If I know that the side of my trailer needs to be 1 foot from this line, I come back here to 1 foot of this guy. You see how easy that is? You just keep backing up and backing up. You back right on that straight line. And since this is exactly where you want it to be, I end up exactly where I need to go. So we're running out of battery on the phone. Got to wrap this up. Hope that helps. Not a plan per se, but much of an outline. Anybody who wants to build one can. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video.